When solving rational equations, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by the common denominator that you see here for the whole thing. We'll multiply both sides by that. The purpose of doing that will be to clear out the fractions, and then we just end up with something linear that we can solve for. So if we take a look at this one, we have a -4 and we have a 2. If you just look at just the 4 and the 2 only, the common denominator that we want to get here would be 4. So you look at the largest number. If the smaller number divides evenly into the larger number, that means the larger number is going to be your common denominator that you want to use. So I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 4. So I'm going to put a 4/1 here, and I'm multiplying it by currently what I have there. It's going to be the 5x plus 11 over -4. And then on this side, I'm going to put a 4/1 also, and I'm multiplying it by 7/2, which is what we have here. Now the 4's are going to cancel out, but the negative is still there. So really we have negative times 5x plus 11, and that's going to equal, now here, you can reduce this. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So then we just end up with 14. So in that step, because we've multiplied both sides by the common denominator, we've eliminated our fractions. So now we can solve this like we've done before for other linear problems. -5x minus 11 equals 14. We're going to add 11 to both sides. And then we'll bring this over here. -5x is going to equal, when we add that, it's going to be 25. Divide both sides by -5. And we get -5 as the answer. Okay, so that would be the correct answer for this one. So again, multiply both sides by the common denominator in order to clear that out. So let's do another one, and we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, so again, we want to multiply both sides by the common denominator. Now, what's different about this is if we look at the larger number, 6 does not divide into the larger number. So we want to find the largest number that both 7 and 6 will divide into evenly. So the least common denominator we want to find for right now. And so if you're not sure what that is, start with the larger number and just keep adding, doubling it. So we keep adding 7 until we reach a number that will divide evenly with 6. So 7 and then 14, and then 21 doesn't work, 28. So you keep on going. And so it looks like 42 is going to be the one that's going to work here. So I want to multiply both sides of the equation by 42. So I'm going to put 42/1 on this side. So here is the entire fraction on that side. And I'll put 42/1, and we'll multiply it by everything we have on the right-hand side. 42, and then we had 7 here, so that becomes a 1. This becomes a 6, so we're going to do 6 times y plus 2. And here, 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 42 divided by 6 is 7. So we have 7 times y minus 3. So now we have no more fractions. We can multiply and solve. We'll get 6y plus 12 is going to equal 7y minus 21. We're going to subtract 7y from both sides. Actually, it doesn't matter which side. We could have subtracted the 6y as well. And we'll continue that up here. We're going to get -y plus 12 is equal to -21. And then now we'll subtract 12 from both sides, and we get -y is equal to, this is going to give you -33, but then we'll divide both sides by -1 to make it positive y, because that's what we're trying to solve for. And if we do that, we're going to get y equals positive 33. So that's the answer there. And we'll do one more. Take the larger number. The largest number is 22. Now 11 does divide into there evenly, which means that we're going to multiply both sides by 22. That's the common denominator we want to use here. Okay, so 22 over 1, we have 4x plus 5 over 11 here equals, and then we have 22 over 1, 4x minus 6 over 22. For this, 22 divided by 11 is 2, so that's a 1 there, and this will become a 2. These 22s will cancel out completely. So here we still have a 2 outside these parentheses, so 2 times 4x plus 5. There's a 1 in the bottom, so we don't need to worry about that. On the other side, we just have a 1 or just 4x minus 6. Need to multiply this out by 2 first. We get 8x plus 10 is equal to 4x minus 6. And then we want to solve for x. So we'll subtract 4x from both sides. And then we want to get 4x by itself. So we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. And we'll bring that up here. 4x is going to equal negative 16 from here. Then we can divide both sides by 4 to get negative 4 as the answer.